If I could, I would play the Tom Waits song instead, you know. Sins of the Father. Sins of the Father.
Oh, you know what? I tried to look into it a little bit, and turns out that there's at least 15 different TV series that have episodes titled "Sins of the Father."
It's like a term, right? I guess.
Oh yeah, it is a term.
Yeah.
Or like a phrase that has an origin and is referenced on. It is used often because it is a reference to something. I just don't know.
Yeah, it's a Klingon term. It means
a Klingon term. That's where it originates.
Yeah,
like Tarantino always likes to originate quotes from.
Yeah. It turns out that Kill Bill is actually like just stolen Klingon stories.
Oh, it's all Klingon proverbs.
It begins with the proverb of theirs.
Yeah.
That they invented.
Definitely. Well, they have no way to segue. Look, we're Newbie Star Trek.
Wow. What's your name?
Well, I'm Marvin. I'm here with Dan, Ricardo, and Sarah. Hey, everyone.
I'm Dan.
Oh, hello. I am Ricardo. How do you do? How do you do?
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Oh, and
Ricardo,
together...
repeat after me. The rain in Spain falls mainly on the
La uvula. The uvula.
In case you've never listened to our podcast before, Ricardo and Sarah have never watched any of Star Trek before, especially TNG. And Dan is rapidly reaching the point of TNG where he has not seen any of it. Because he stopped somewhere in the middle of season 3, in the latter half of season 3.
It's my first time.
Sure did.
Yeah. So in this podcast, I'm the expert. No, not really. I've just watched it. I just watched it a lot of TV.
We got Marvin.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Lead us.
I'm the best we could muster.
Yeah. I mean, Marvin likes being the expert in things.
You have to be the most correct.
Oh yeah.
Of all of us.
He'll never not be correct. Take note, everybody.
Listen, this week...
You're just wrong.
This week we watched Sins of the Father. It's another very Klingon-centric episode, which is always a lot of fun. Klingons are wacky and stupid and full.
They're like what I think aliens are like.
Are there any Klingon episodes that don't feature Worf prominently?
I don't think so. I mean, you kind of have to. It'd be really weird if you had a Klingon episode.
I would just think it's really interesting if there was such an episode.
That would be interesting. I agree with you.
You could write it.
But every Klingon sees another Klingon, they go towards him and go, "Oh, you're a Klingon too."
Well, yeah, just remove Worf from the equation. It's like Worf has to attend like
Worf is at a conference.
He's like the honorary Klingon.
Yeah. He's the minority hire for the Enterprise.
They're like, look, we have a Klingon. He's great.
Isn't he actually like the first Klingon to graduate Starfleet? I think that's
so.
what it was.
I mean, I was under the impression that Worf being in Starfleet is like actually one of a kind, like a unique, like a data thing.
I think it is unusual.
At least rare. Yeah. If nothing else, it's at least unusual.
Why do they have a lot of one of a kinds and on the Enterprise?
Because it's the flagship. They love being unique over there on that Enterprise.
Let's put all their valuable crew members on one ship that can be blown up.
They're like, you know what?
Let's be different.
Also, let's put them on the ship that follows the least amount of rules. Put them on that ship.
As we'll learn in this one. This is a great workplace episode.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like what it is.
Yeah. Don't say the C word.
What?
It's something you can't do at work, Can't say the C word. Or the K word. Klingons.
You mean Chadich?
Chadich.
I'm going to start using that. Who was this guy?
Every time he said Chadich, I just mentally replaced it with bitch. So you're like,
I mean, I didn't.
I'm your bitch.
I'm your Chadich.
I'm your Chadich.
You're such a chadich. I'm gonna start saying
little baby chadich.
Son of a chadich.
Listen,
there are much better words that are actual insults that we could have learned from this episode.
Dan, stop being a chadich.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Such a chadich.
Don't worry, I'll defend you in the challenge.
Okay, good.
To the best of my ability.
This chadiching episode.
Actually, at the end of this episode, we should go through who we would pick as our chadich.
That's a good one. I like that.
I really want to know.
Let's just do that now. Who would you choose
of this podcast? Or
I don't know.
Yeah, from what pool?
I think it makes sense because
the
listeners don't know. The listeners don't know any of our friends and family.
Bane.
Do you mean in all of fiction, Sarah, or
I don't know. You guys tell me what's best because nobody has any reference to our friends or family.
Okay, let's do it for the Enterprise so that we can limit, and also we don't release personal details about ourselves.
Okay, just real quick, if we are allowed to pick anyone, Phoenix Wright.
Oh, really?
It's true.
Phoenix Wright,
it's
really,
true.
Dan?
Yeah.
Phoenix Wright needs to be my chadich.
I actually want to know why.
He's probably the best
because he fucking wins. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he'll always win in court.
Can he fight?
And he will also find the real killer within the same challenge.
He can fight,
but you have to fight.
It's been demonstrated he can fight.
Well, sometimes he has to use a little girl to fight for him.
I imagine he fucks. I mean,
regularly. Imagining every day.
Yeah,
I think so. Wow, that's a good one.
But if you had to be on the Enterprise, who would your chadich be?
Okay, can you discount Picard? Because
I feel like it's an easy pick. Because Worf chose Picard, so it can't be Picard.
I'll just go Data.
Yeah, that's good.
Data's pretty safe.
He's very strong.
Ooh.
He's strong. He will definitely hold up in a fight. Yeah, and he can logic his way through whatever.
That's true.
It's fine. Yeah, Data's a pretty good pick. He's an all-rounder.
I'd pick Wesley.
Just to make sure he dies with you.
Yeah. Also, he's a white privileged male, so he'll get out of things.
You'll get him committed and then tank your own challenge on purpose to kill him.
But also, if you wanted to win, Wesley doesn't play by the rules, man. That kid, he's willing to commit war crimes in order to get his way.
I would probably bring some antimatter bullshit into the chamber, and
I'd be like, "Oh, I have a nuclear bomb in my hand or something," and then if you don't stop the court case right now, it'll go off.
Who would you pick, Marvin?
The weaponized, if the weapon doesn't fit, you must acquit.
I think I would choose Data too. I was thinking Geordi for a bit because I like his gumption.
Yeah,
I realized. But Geordi can. I think if he's under pressure in a situation he's not used to, he'll fall apart.
He can.
I think. Yeah, so I think he's not that great.
Miles O'Brien, dude, he'll just transport you anywhere.
Miles O'Brien would just be like, "Let's just get out of here."
I'm gonna go with Guinan.
Oh shit. That's a really good one, actually.
Not bad.
Guinan's actually probably the best answer, actually.
I'm gonna go with Guinan because she's obviously got this otherworldly, I don't know, bigger than life.
I mean, she makes Q afraid. I'm sure she can make some Klingons afraid.
Exactly. The Klingons will see her and be like, "Oh my god, it's Guinan,
fuck,
Jesus Christ,
it's Guinan."
Would any of you take Q?
Oh, cool. Q, yeah, but he's not part of the
Q would just delete all of the Klingons. Be like, this is boring.
That would depend on his own opinion of the situation you're in and your allegations.
Can I tell you my theory about Guinan?
Yeah.
Chris Guinan? My theory is that she is like a Senator Palpatine. Like secretly, she's the evil one, and she's kind of like pulling the strings, and then she's like. Now this is a republic.
The first galactic
empire.
Yeah. I will get rid of the good guy named Chancellor Valorum.
Yeah.
And instate myself.
Wait, does that mean that currently Whoopi Goldberg is stolen away on some planet building a huge fleet of Star Destroyers?
She's
also out of fucking nothing.
Also, she ordered a bunch of clones and no one noticed.
Yeah. She put a large order for clones.
Like a large... That's the most... I hate... Okay, I don't like the prequels very much in general, but Attack of the Clones is just the worst because a huge part of that plot relies on them being like, okay, Obi-Wan, this planet's being weird. Go check out that planet. Obi-Wan checks it out, and he goes, so it turns out we ordered a lot of clones like 3 decades ago. They're coming. Who ordered this? And they never investigate who ordered it, but now they're using them.
And also, how do they pay for all these clones? How do they pay for those clones? Who paid for them?
Where did they come from? That doesn't make any sense. It's just he just needed clones really fast.
Hey, you know what? We need a mid-quel movie to explain who paid for these clones.
Yes, it's just an accountant. It's from the point of view of an accountant.
It's basically the Untouchables.
These numbers don't add up.
and they catch Palpatine just like they did Al Capone. Tax evasion.
The galactic IRS goes, something's not adding up here. We're gonna go check out his domicile, see if he's hiding any money in the
galactic IRS.
Galactic credits in this galactic mattress.
Galactic mattress. I like galactic mattress.
I'm just imagine it's like the size above a California king. It's a galactic mattress. Yeah,
I'm imagining like a really
shiny mattress.
Yeah, something swirly. You know, like those weird tubes that like slip around but are filled with like a iridescent liquid.
Yeah, I haven't thought of that since I was a kid.
Yeah, and then you squeeze it and it feels wrong, but you're like, ooh.
Yeah, and then it escapes your grasp and you're like, just like everything else.
Just like my dreams. My dreams of being financially independent.
That's why. That's why.
Are you guys talking about the fleshlight looking toy?
Yeah. Well, it's the thing. Yeah, it's a tube.
Yeah. You could probably put your dick in it. Yeah,
you could. I'm sure. I'm sure tons of people have put their dicks in this.
They have tried. Fleshlight. Yeah. Some have failed.
It's okay if you don't want to say if you tried. It's
succeeded.
Okay. You don't have to say somehow. If you tried. You don't have to say you tried.
What are we talking about?
What are you talking about?
Your silence has been noted as a yes. You tried.
Because listen, everyone, this fleshlight episode, Sins of the Father.
No, I'm telling you, if I had a dick, I would put it everywhere. Like, I would try everything.
It gets old.
Honestly, I would try everything. I would try everything.
It gets along with the rest of you.
I mean, why not?
Listen,
every year your dick's a year older.
Yeah.
Listen, I would Sins of the Father. Sins of the Father first aired on March 19th of 1990. Dan, we need to go around the sun and see what happened back in the past.
Whoa! Okay, 3 days prior to that air date of 3/19, on the 16th, a film adaptation of William Golding's Lord of the Flies was released.
Oh, I remember that movie.
You watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just stuck out to me as a film adaptation that many kids of our generation may have seen because it was on so many high school reading lists.
Yeah, and also a lot of classes showed them.
Yeah, Lord of the Flies was like a thing in high school.
Yeah, it was easy. It was easy curriculum material to be like, hey, watch this movie. How did it differ from the book?
It was exactly the same.
Oh.
The movie version's actually like a very faithful adaptation of the book.
Actually, fun fact about how faithful it is, turns out that whole concentrate the sun with Piggy's glasses thing was wrong because nearsightedness scatters, like the lenses for that scatters light instead of concentrates it.
Yeah.
And that
fucking bullshit.
That error did make it into the final film as well. But it was the same in both the book and the film.
Yeah.
Moving on the 18th of March, on The Simpsons, Marge narrowly avoided having an affair with the French bowler named Jacques in the episode Life on the Fast Lane, which is how I assume many kids of our generation learned what the term brunch was. We all learned it from...
It's not quite breakfast, it's not quite lunch, but it comes with a slice of
meal.
And it comes with a
slice of cantaloupe at the end. But that came first. That line comes first. Anyway,
that's the worst part of it.
Yeah, actually. You want your eggs Benedict or something instead.
Yeah. You want to finish with the slice of cantaloupe.
I'm literally
Honeydew is the money melon.
I'm literally eating cantaloupe right now.
I'm eating this orange. It's a red orange, and I don't know if it's bad. I think is it a blood orange?
If it's a blood orange, that might still be all right.
That looks black. What do you eat?
People can't see it, but that orange is like blue.
It's like literally no, it's like black. Like,
it's like
I would
purple and blue.
I would not eat that. That does not look.
It looks like your orange got into a fight in an alley yesterday.
I've already eaten all of it.
Oh god. Oh my god.
I just ate it.
I think that orange is
If it tastes fine, then it's probably fine.
It's probably one of those purple oranges.
Yeah, if it tastes good, then you're fine.
Then why is it an orange then?
What does it taste like? Does it taste normal?
It tastes like a normal orange. It's just a little not
little beat
sour.
up.
What's a word? What's another word besides sour?
Rotten.
Bitter?
Bitter?
Like a grapefruit bitter?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay.
That's the taste of mold.
All right. The last thing I got. On the same date of March 18th, East Germany's first and only free general election ever was held. The majority of seats were won by a political party called Alliance for Germany, who ran on a platform of swift reunification with West Germany, which would eventually result in Alliance for Germany several months later.
Oh, so the election was just to get everyone together, and they were like, "All right, now we're back together."
Well, the election was like, "Hey, let's just get let's elect all the officials who will be supportive of reuniting with West Germany later in the year."
Ah, okay.
And so that's what ends up
West Germany, born and raised on the playground. I spent most of my days.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly where
Chilling
Will
out,
Smith came from.
relaxing, all cool, and just taking out Berlin Wall by school.
Yeah. Okay, Dan.
Dan's good at this.
Dan's great.
You know where he learned it from? Common.
I taught him everything he knows, boys. Watch out. Dan's gonna drop an album any day now.
Watch out.
Actually, we agreed to just start with an EP, didn't we?
Common sounds like a grizzled 50s detective, hardboiled detective.
Dan loves those voices. You should have heard him in the Phoenix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Detective Gumshoe.
Oh yeah, I love that voice that he does for Detective Gumshoe.
Everyone, check out our LPs of Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, we recorded for like a year, so it was
Fugitive
a really
Games
intense project.
Yeah, we've done 2 games of it actually.
We should really finish
you
Trials and Tribulations.
No, yeah, because that's a big payoff. The second game
one's really good.
The second game is a mandatory slog kind of.
And I played every female character to the best of my ability. Sometimes
Sure did.
Sarah, you can't say that.
She played them all.
We know you
like
were doing your best.
Fiddle.
I tried, but I'm not very good at doing voices, of being a voice actor.
It's okay. You did your voice and your Look, listen, Jimmy Stewart, one of the most celebrated actors of all time. His only voice is Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah,
it's true.
So my only voice is Sarah.
Yeah, you're the Sarah Stewart.
Sarah Stewart.
And Sarah did manage to pull off a couple of different voices.
It's true.
I did like a southern
wasn't
accent.
just Jimmy Stewart all day.
Yeah,
I tried.
Sarah pulled out the Floridian southern accent.
Yeah.
She did.
Oh, I say I'm from Southern Florida. I say.
That's how they sound.
That's how they sound in South Florida. Yes, absolutely.
Let's all get some Cuban food.
We're silly for Cuban food and oranges over here in Southern Florida.
Oh my god.
We're fucking stupid. We're the stupidest podcast in the world.
If you're a new listener, hey, tell you what, if you're here, welcome. If you're an old listener, hey, Sharon, or what's that person that sends his emails?
God.
Is it Sharon?
I want you to
You have to stop doing this.
Sharon, Jackie, if you're like Jackie and you constantly listen to, you know what? It's an honor for me to say the wrong name to you.
Oh wow,
Sharon. If you're an avid listener, thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and we love all the comments and all that stuff. If you're a new listener and you're here because of the TikTok, and you're easily offended, this is not going to be for you. We apologize.
No.
Thank you for checking us out, but this is where our trains depart. And,
this is where we part ways. We say goodbye.
Yeah. The worst stuff I don't put up on TikTok. The stuff that TikTok will definitely go.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if you're allowed to say that. This video is now censored.
Yeah. So
yeah.
thank you for your service, but
Don't be a chadich.
Yeah.
I wonder if TikTok would
TikTok
like
flag
censor that.
chadich.
Yeah.
It might.
In there. No. Is this a slur? Should we not be saying this? I don't know.
Klingons have been saying it for decades.
It's certainly not a Klingon
doesn't make
slur.
it right.
We heard Klingon.
No, I know,
insults
but like in
this
English, regular English, you know.
It sounds bad, right? It's like the word Jinjo. That sounds like a racist term.
Oh, you can't see that, dude.
Wow, Marvin, I never thought you were that kind of person.
It's like these characters you collect in Banjo-Kazooie.
It's true,
but but the British were like, let's call them Jinjos because Rare is a British company.
Don't be a Jinjo.
I like to think they were like, they're kind of ginger colored. What should we call them? Jinjos? All right, and then that's even though they're all colors, all different colors.
Yeah, but they look like Jinjos to me. A lot of them.
But you know what doesn't look like Jinjos to us? ExpressVPN. Because ExpressVPN is a great VPN. It's not like those damn Jinjos.
You are increasingly making it a slur as we go.
Listen, do you want high quality, dependable VPN that's very secure? So secure that the government, all these governments who have tried to get their hands on their logs couldn't find anything.
Trying to get their hands on their Lucky Charms.
I know. They're lucky logs, exactly. Fucking the government of Turkey couldn't find it. Other countries couldn't find it. It's because they don't even record anything. That's why. Nothing's there to find in the first place. But it's still a fast VPN. It still keeps your internet connection secure. And it's got over 3,000 plus servers in 160 locations spanning 94 countries. It works on pretty much every device you can think of. It works well with Netflix and other streaming apps because they have so many different IP set up that the Netflix and other services can't keep up with them. And right now, if you want to get ExpressVPN, you just go to expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. And if you sign up for 12 months, you get an extra 3 months for free, which means the entire package is 49% off, which is a pretty dang good deal if I say so myself. And I'm not just a spokesperson. I'm a member. Was that the line they used to say about the hair club?
I'm not just the president. I'm also a member, or I'm also a client. I forget.
Yeah, I use it.
I use it. I use it too.
So that's expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. Yeah.
Ricardo, could you please tell us what happened in this episode?
All right, let's see what happened, guys. Let's run it back, guys. This episode was cool. This episode could have ended in like 10 minutes if someone had just said, if Worf's brother had just said to the council, say Candyman 3 times. and then he would have just fucking killed them all with the bees.
Wait, did you notice, Sarah?
What?
The guy who played Worf's brother?
Oh, is it? No, is it? Who is it?
It's Candyman.
It's Candyman?
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's cool.
The actor's name is Tony Todd.
It's true.
I didn't notice.
No, his name is Candyman.
It's hard to tell underneath all of the makeup.
The actor's name is Candyman.
Can you blame
He played Candyman in the movie Candyman in the year 1992.
It's the role he was born to play.
Literally.
Yeah.
So they are excited on the ship. Well, they're excited in a weird way. They're anticipating this new person that joining the crew, and it is part of the exchange program, the foreign exchange program.
Basically,
Starfleet does, and it's just like a couple episodes. Was it this season or last season?
I think it was last season.
Yeah, season 2.
Last season, Riker went over to the Worfian. Ship. Klingons. That's what they are. I knew I would get there eventually. He went over the Klingon ship and he fought Shao Kahn, and now one of the Klingons have to send one of theirs down here to learn. And
they send Kentaro after.
Yeah. And they're like, well, someone's coming over, and like he's basically going to take over. He's got a weird rank because he's ranked higher than Riker, right? He's a commander.
Riker is a commander.
Well, then how come Riker is under him? They're not equals.
Oh, he's just
because
relieving command.
They're trading places. Yeah.
Just like movie trading
for
places.
the duration of his stay, he's no longer on duty. He's just a guy.
Yeah. Like Riker's not.
He's just a lonely dude who likes to watch harp ladies.
Yeah.
Naked. So he's like, all right, well, I guess I get to chill, and then we're gonna get this guy. And this guy shows up, and he's Candyman.
Mm-hmm. Candyman shows up.
Candyman shows up.
Oh wow! Now that you say it, I look.
And he
at
shows
him
up in a really scary way too. He's like in darkness.
Yeah. It was a strangely darkly lit transporter room.
Because he's Candyman. It's because
that's and he's
why. To summon, they didn't transport him there. The lady just said Candyman 3 times in a mirror.
Yeah,
and then that's why he showed up.
He said energize, and she just started whispering Candyman.
Really fast.
And the actor playing who you find out is Worf's brother is Tony Todd. He's Colonel Sanders. No, his name is Kern. And you know what? I'll say this about the Klingons. Like Worf, you could feel like the actor playing Worf like kind of struggles a little bit with like the mouthpiece and like it's a lot of makeup and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of makeup. He has to wear his teeth.
No, he's good.
Yeah, Tony Todd is like fucking. He's delivering, dude, with all this makeup and stuff. He's still fucking giving it, dude.
And
he's also a great actor.
I like this.
You can see his expressions and everything. He's very good.
Yeah.
I actually really like him in this role. Very good. I like this Kern guy.
Kern is actually one of my favorite supplementary characters in the series. I think he's quite fun.
I mean, he's kind of annoying. He just reminds me of that person, like, someone new comes to work or your work hires like a consultant or something. They come in and they're like,
he's changing up all the workflow.
We're gonna whip this shit. We're gonna go by the book. We're gonna turn this ship around. And you're just like, no, we don't do things like that. Like that's not.
Like, you're ruining it for everyone. Listen,
like we're a little bit more chill here.
You try to make everyone work harder than we're used to. Stop.
Yeah. Well, you later find out his motive, but on the way to get to the point of this thing, while he's there, he's really strict, dude. He comes in and he's like, "Hi, do you want me to show you to your quarters?" And he's like, "Fuck that! Show me to the goddamn bridge, fuckers." Yeah. And then so they go to the bridge, and he's like, "All right, I'm here. This is how I run my ship, dude. It's a fucking tight ship. I've read about every single one of you. You, especially Wesley, you piece of shit. I'm gonna fucking I eat shits like you for breakfast, dude." And Wesley's scared finally.
They have to call him commander or sir. Like they can't.
Yeah.
They
have to bestow upon him the honor he desires.
Yeah.
What's funny is that like that's already kind of a given on the bridge, but since he makes a point to demand it from all,
that's true. Yeah.
People aren't calling Riker Will or Riker on the bridge. Yeah. They always call
Wesley's not like, "Hey Picard, where do you want to
go?" Just standard.
Wesley doesn't go, "Hey Papa, where do you want?"
Mine Papa.
Hey Daddy, where would you like me to go?
Shall we swing by the McDonald's?
Which one's Daddy and which one's Papa? Picard or Riker?
Riker could be Daddy, depending.
Riker's a big daddy. Kanapa. He's a big daddy. Boy. Yeah.
Big daddy.
I think I stumbled into a conversation I did not want to start.
Big data daddy.
Yeah.
Data daddy.
And so this guy's fucking strict as shit, dude. This guy, Tony Todd, the Candyman, don't fuck around, dude. He's here for his candies and he's here for his bees. And he's here to fuck, dude. And so he's like, fuck this shit. Everybody call me sir, and like don't fucking be telling each other secrets, dude. If you want to say something, fucking speak up, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, and say it to my face.
And then after the credits, it's Wesley and Riker. They're at the bar, and they're like, and he's like, "What's up, Wesley?" And he's like, "Man, this guy's writing me." He's like, "Oh, you know what I mean? Like making you follow the rules, you idiot." But then Geordi shows up, and he's like, "Oh man, he's really fucking." He showed up and did like a surprise inspection. We weren't ready, and
like
now we got to work double shifts. Yeah.
Everyone's complaining. I kind of like how they all gathered and they're like
Geordi is really
this guy.
Yeah. Geordi's really embodying that like pissed off coworker who wants to commiserate with you.
Yeah.
Like he's that guy who walks over to your cubicle like, "Can you believe this shit?
Can you believe this guy?" Like, you know what? we've all done this at work. I can think of a few consultants that my work has hired, and a few very interesting names pop in my head. I can see them, and I have these exact conversations.
When the mics are off, Ricardo and I have had quite a few conversations about quite a few people.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, I relate to this feeling right here. So it's fun.
But what's surprisingly funny is that he doesn't talk shit about Worf. He's always like, "Oh, good job."
Ooh, you did a good job, Worf.
Yeah. I commend you. And no matter what he does, he's always like, he's kind of, like patronizing a bit. And then Riker catches this guy on the lift as they're going to see, I think they're going to go see Picard. And it's my favorite scene that he's like, yeah, they're not used to like running such a tight, like you're really strict on them and stuff. He's like, yeah, I noticed. And he's like, but you should know that I'm running it really loose. And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, if I was being strict, I would have fucking killed you in the fucking lift for suggesting something so stupid, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
And I dig this guy, dude. I really dig this guy. And then I like how like they have caviar and they have turkey and they have fish and potatoes.
Oh my god!
And he's like using his hand. He's like, "Fuck it, dude. I fucking eat this shit." He's like these little fucking potatoes. And
I do find it funny that he's like, it's funny because it looks like a very dry Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah,
Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, me and Marvin were just like, "Oh man, it's the white person's unseasoned turkey dinner."
It's a turkey they just put straight in the oven.
They didn't they just unwrapped it and put it in the oven, and like that's what they're eating. And we're just like, "Oh, that's disgusting."
They forgot the gizzard inside the turkey.
It's plasticky.
They left the pop-up timer inside.
Oh my god, no. Yeah. I mean,
it's funny because he's the guest and he's black and most of everyone else is white.
It's dirty.
He's like, this food is not seasoned? Is it? Like, did you
he literally says, I'm used to much more flavor in my food.
Yeah. which is why it's kind of funny to me that he also poo-poos the caviar, because like the caviar is, it would often be, I guess it's because it's considered fancy.
I thought he would like it because it's raw. Yeah, it's raw eggs, right? So I thought he'd be like, "Ooh, delicious!" Yeah.
It's kind of gross to those who aren't accustomed to it.
So. I do like the little note he has where, as soon as Picard says, "Oh, this is for my personal stash," he immediately goes, "Oh, then thank you. It's great."
He does try to and he maintain some decorum.
Yeah. And then he grabs one of the plants, one of the decorative plants. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun details.
He eats the petals of the flower or whatever he grabbed.
Yeah.
And then later he basically says like some like offhand comment about fucking Worf and shit. And later Worf goes to his fucking quarters and he's like, "What the fuck is up, motherfucker?" He's like, "You and I are gonna have words, dude." And he's like, "Oh yeah." And he's like, I didn't think you were such a I didn't think you were tough, dude, because I think you're more human than Worfian.
His humans have made you weak.
Yeah. And he's like, "I'll show you weak, you fucking idiot." And they throw the fucking table they're going to throw down. And basically you find out that they're brothers.
Yeah.
And you're like, bum, bum, bum. You're like, what, dude? And basically you find out that Worf was not alone on that ship where his father died. That he was there with his dad and his brother and his nanny.
Yeah.
He had a nanny, dude.
Yeah.
Such a rich fucking kid, dude. Yeah. Fran Drescher was his nanny. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And all these Klingons in their food.
All these Klingons, they don't know how I have to pick up after them. Oh my god.
You know what it's like to change a diaper when they have two penises and two buttholes? Oh my god.
And then so he finds out that why he's there. He's like, I chose this because you earlier they had said, "Oh, this guy chose this fucking ship, dude. This guy's fucking hot to trot, dude." We find out why he chose the ship. It's because he wanted to see his brother, because basically the Klingons have said that their dad was a coward and he was a spy, and he basically led the Arabanas. What are they?
The Romulans.
Romulans, yeah. They let all the Romulans know like the coordinates, and then they blew their ship up, and a bunch of Klingons died. He's like, basically, if they condemn him, no one's there to stand up and challenge it. Mm-hmm. They how many generations? Like 5,
7 generations.
7 generations.
Very specifically 7.
It's like eating gum. You're stuck with like your family being branded as like traitors and cowards and shit.
Dishonor will stay in your colon for 7 years.
Yeah, like 7 how generations. It feels to dishonor your family.
Now, this is interesting because this whole thing is about honor. The Klingons are about honor until the very end, and then they're like, oh, this whole thing's bullshit.
Yeah, all the honor thing's bullshit.
Yeah. What I do love about it, though, is that it does explain why the Klingon Empire still exists. Because we've posed this question before. It's like, if they're really that hung up on honor and like this code and everything, they should probably be committing suicide all the time. And like their society would collapse under the weight of their lofty honor ideals.
So hypocritical. Like,
well, that's how they function.
Such bullshit.
Their society is built upon hypocrisy.
And I'm going to call this now. I'm going to make this assumption, Ricardo, and correct me if I'm wrong on this. I'm going to guess that this is one of the few times in which you completely disagree with Worf's decisions or actions at the end.
I completely disagree. Usually I'm with Worf, but not today. I was against him, and I wanted to yell at him and go, you were like,
let the Civil War begin.
Yeah. Fuck I'd be like, it's none of your business. You got to clear your name and your parents' name, because that's about honor, my man. Other than that, all these people fucking
let the Civil War happen.
Yeah. All these fucking January 9th fucking folk, let them kill themselves. Let them fall off fucking the railings and hit their heads and hit their noggins on the concrete.
It is funny that like at the moment Kern tells him about that you're my brother and I need you to come to help clear our father's name. Mm-hmm. Basically, there's a complete total shift in Kern's character. He goes from this hard ass to like, I will do whatever you need, brother, like type of thing.
Yeah. It's like, now that I'm here, I can like drop all these pretenses, but it's like, wait a minute, like you are still like a proud Klingon, though, right?
Yeah. The reason for that is because, like yesterday's Enterprise, this is actually a combination of 2 scripts.
Oh, yes, you're right.
So they had a script where it was entirely just about Worf's brother just hanging out on the Enterprise. And then they had another script where Worf was informed by the Klingon Empire that his dad has been deemed a traitor. So they just combined the 2 episodes.
I can definitely tell that they combined it.
Yeah, you can feel the difference right at that the commercial
right there,
break. But then they come back.
With that said, though, I'm pleased with the final product.
Yeah, it's fine. It helps avoid a stupid B plot that could have easily been thrown in here somehow.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. There is no like really random B plot.
Yeah, which often is what happens when they're like, well, we need to fill time. Can we someone just come in? And
it also feels like the original like Worf's brother comes aboard story plot felt a little too much like previous Klingon episodes we've already seen.
That's true.
You know, traditional Klingon comes on board, challenges Worf's, Klingonness, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It already feels like that's already being rehashed right now.
To me, this feels like the first time, at least while watching this series, that this is the first time that I realized that Klingons are kind of full of shit. Because I really thought they really stood by the honor thing. Like, I really thought that that was how it was going to be. And this is the first time that I'm like, oh, there's actually some twisted politics, and it's not actually straightforward. Like, they're like, I don't know.
They're liars.
I was pissed. I was pissed because they're sold as these people that are just like, no, our honor, we're honest, and like, this is how it's gonna be. And then there's all these politics behind the scenes, and there's fall guys and people who are
I can absolutely understand like this feeling of betrayal, because it turns out that Klingons are more human than we thought.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And this
they're
is
not
the
so
first
alien
time I
after all.
that.
And I think, that's what's so disappointing. It's like, really? They do this bullshit too?
Yeah. So they're they have politicians that are all twisted and like, oh, wait, look, we didn't think you'd care. We just needed someone to pin this on. Just
listen, we have these weird arbitrary rules in place.
We're working with what we got here, dude.
The whole honor thing, it's a charade.
Yeah.
Charade.
His dad's really strong.
Why do I always think that like the elder Klingon in a Klingon episode looks like Chumley? I always think that the oldest, fattest Klingon in the room looks like Chumley.
He looks just as disinterested in everything as well.
Yeah,
exactly. He's like, Worf, why did you come here? I didn't want to do this whole fucking challenge thing. God.
This was my favorite episode until the end. Like, this was like one of my favorite episodes of like the season, and then it got to like the last 5 minutes, and I'm like, that's bullshit. This is a bullshit fucking episode. But let me continue.
I can totally see that.
Yeah.
So you find out that first of all, it's very much like the town, like that scene in the town where where he's like, I need your help. You can't ask me where we're going, or you can never ask me about it ever again. And we're gonna hurt some people. And like Worf doesn't even get like more details. Like he's like, what do you mean you're my brother? I thought well, explain to me. Like that's not what I heard. He's like, got it. I trust you. I accept it. And you're my brother. And let's go fuck these guys up.
Yeah,
because Worf's a real Klingon. Apparently, apparently Worf's the only fucking real Klingon.
Yeah,
here.
Worf, because he's always had a kind of surface level understanding of Klingon culture, takes all of it completely to heart.
Yeah, he has this romanticized view of it.
Yeah, every time Worf interacts with Klingon culture, he always stands out because he's like very uptight and stuck to the exact way Klingons do things, whereas other Klingons are like, geez, calm down. Like,
yeah,
you're so stuck up.
He's like, look, we don't have to. This whole honor thing, I mean, whatever.
It's more of a guideline. It's not really a rule.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question though. Like,
talk to me, Common.
We do we do at least see that that Kurt over there kind of exhibits many common Klingon tendencies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like there is this like surface bravado act that Klingons have.
I think they only do it when it suits them, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, okay, do you think this applies to Kern as well?
Yeah. Absolutely.
100%.
It's only when convenient.
All right.
Look, why is he there in the fucking first place?
Yeah.
Because he wanted to figure this out.
If his bravado act was real, then he would also, when he knew exactly that he was son of Mog, he would have declared it right away instead of keeping it hidden.
Yeah.
For the purposes of politics,
That's sort of a Mog. So Worf is like, fuck it, I'm in. And then so he goes to the captain. He's like, hey, so you know that dude that showed up? Turns out he's my brother. And so like I got to go defend my dad's honor, and I have to go stand trial. And if I lose, I'll be executed. So I'm gonna take leave of absence.
This all in stride.
Yeah. Either I'll be gone for a few days or I'll be gone forever. No, we won't know for a couple days.
We won't know for sure.
And he's like, oh, well, wait a minute. He's like, well, you can't just do that, bro. You're property of the government, man.
You can't just go.
Yeah. It's like blood sport. It's basically like blood sport. Like he's like, no, like you can't go fight in the Kumite, motherfucker.
You're property of Starfleet, just like
You're
Data.
a respected member of my crew.
And he's like, we'll go with you, dude. We'll go party with you. And then so they go, and he's like, we will go together, brother. And they show up to Mustafar, and
Riker also goes, but he never says anything. He just stands there.
He's kind of off duty. He's like, I'm just here as an observer.
Yeah.
I'm just here to see who I can fuck.
He's like, you didn't get to fuck a Klingon lady last time.
Yeah, last time fucking Worf fucked her. Got a nice tapatio, a hot hand.
Yeah, that's right. He had the time of his life.
He's like, ladies,
lost his virginity.
He's like, I've brought my own tapatio.
I brought my own tapatio.
So whoever is willing, I'm here. And I only have one dick. And so they show up and they're like, oh, we're here for the trial. And they're like, oh, God damn it, Worf, why'd you show up, dude, you piece of shit? and he tells his brother to hide his last name. He's like, don't tell him that you're a Worfian, or they're gonna kill you right away. And just in case this thing goes tits up, let's not.
Because if I die, then you'll die too. Because the stupid rules of this challenge is that if you decide to challenge and you lose the challenge, you will be executed.
Along with the whole family.
Along with the entire family, because the entire family is held liable for the sins of the father. But then, if you choose not to challenge, you can just walk away and everyone's fine. Nothing happens.
Or you can just bribe everybody and be really rich and just
you could be fucking Donald Trump Jr. and just show up and be like, "Oh, I don't want to fucking go to jail. I don't want to die."
What if I paid you 10 million honor?
Yeah,
would you then let me go?
Honor bucks.
So he basically says like, "Hey," they're like, "Oh fuck, Worf is here. Fuck, let's see what it has to say." And then Donald Trump Jr. is like, "Hey, like no, like your dad's a coward, dude. Your dad's fucking Sleepy Joe." And he's like, "No, he's not sleepy as shit, dude. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You fucking bitch ass fool." And then Picard's like, "No, I know this man. This guy's an honorable man. He fucks. I've seen him do a Tapatio hot hand without fucking flinching, dude.
He fucking fucks, man.
Yeah, he fucks for real, dude. Yeah. He shows restraint too because he won't fuck the human ladies because he knows they'll break him in half." and he's like, "Oh, noted." And he's like, "Noted."
Somebody's like, "All right, fool."
Cool.
He acknowledge that he fucks.
Cool.
Yeah. We will. This will be noted.
I like the energy level in that room. Everyone feels the need to yell.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we gotta talk about how Picard
is also yelling.
Steps into the role, and he's just like,
"Hold on!"
He's like yelling. He's like he totally turns into this like Klingon. You know,
he does it a little bit now, but when he's his
Chadich.
Yeah.
Chadich.
His Shidoshi. What is it?
Shadich.
He's like, when he's his caddy, he's like, "Now I must speak to you like if you were deaf. This is how we speak.
Why are you yelling?
Enunciate and yell, even though I know you're deaf, and you will read my lips." So then the Donald Trump Jr. guy fucking rips Worf's fucking uniform. He's like, "Fuck you, you're not Klingon, dude. You're a fucking coward. You're a piece of shit and you're a coward." And he's like, I'm nor a piece of shit, no, or a coward. I fucked before.
It's like there's more time in the day to die because it's daylight savings time.
Yeah. And then Picard's like, he's like, "You know what? He preemptively knew that these guys were pieces of shit and cowards." And he's like, "Let's go and start our own investigation. Let's find out what the fuck's going on, dude." They went back to the ship and they're pulling up records and shit. I don't know how.
Which they probably should have done. They probably should have done that on the way to the planet.
Yeah.
Instead of
right. Yeah.
But they chose to take their time.
Yeah, and so they're like, we're gonna go do some investigation, and then some random person gives the Shadik a paper, and he's like, "Hey, meet me at this hallway." Fucking not shady at all. And then and the older dude's like, "You shouldn't have shut up, dude. You fucked up, bro." And then Worf's brother shows up to the location, and Donald Trump Jr. fucking shanks him, dude. It's an ambush.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, and fuck your dad, dude.
Stay out of this."
Yeah. But Worf takes him.
I love this awesome
Beverly.
like red tunnel thing.
Yeah.
That they're fighting in.
It's a cool sets. The really Mustafarian.
They had to come up with a lot of new sets for this.
In fact,
especially since
more sets for George Lucas to rip off.
Like this location actually won an Emmy for art direction.
Oh, it did.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Would you say this location fucks?
Yeah.
Yes.
This location.
People fuck in this location.
No, this location fucks.
That's really cool, Dan. I did not
use
know
your
that.
imagination.
Definitely deserves that.
It's the first time they'd ever shown their home planet of Qo'noS or Qo'noS, depending on your pronunciation.
I love how it has random lightning everywhere. It's like evil race.
It's edgy. This is a fucking.
I wish like metal music was
planet.
playing in the
Klingons love playing speed metal.
Metallica is like their national like heroes.
That actually would have been awesome. They should have done that.
Senator Lars.
I'm sure there's a metal band that they dress up as Klingons and they play metal.
Oh yeah, there has to be like
what seems more of a Klingon band, Pantera.
yeah. That totally matches.
I can agree with that.
You can growl lyrics in Klingon easy.
Yeah. So then he does the worst thing he can do. Worf does is he finds his shanked brother and he takes him to fucking Beverly Crusher. And I thought he's dead. He's dead. This kid's dead.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, he makes it. He's alive. So
because Beverly's not doing anything.
Some
he's just watching.
Yeah,
she's just watching him. Yeah.
No, Beverly comments on his remarkable ability to recover on his own. It's like I can't even kill him.
Yeah.
No matter what I do, he keeps on staying alive.
Worf
he's recuperating at a faster pace than I can try to kill him.
Which is, I don't know. Worf's like, I should have let him die. I was like, oh, what?
Yeah, that would have been the honorable thing to do, is to let him die.
I was like, oh, Worf, these people don't care about honor at all. It's all a facade. Nobody cares. Just live.
So then the Enterprise finds some interesting news about the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I don't know how they get the fucking logs, how they get these stupid logs.
Right.
But they figure out that Worf and his brother weren't the only survivors, because basically this is what it comes down to. Your dad was the last one to to transmit something out of the ship, and then miraculously your family's the only one that survived it. But it turns out that the at the end, I'm going to spoil it a little bit just because that's what we're doing here. Mm-hmm. You find that Donald Trump Sr. was the one that was a coward and that was the traitor.
Yeah.
Just like real life. And you find out that they're so rich that they paid off the people. And if everybody finds out that
influential family.
Yeah. If they find out that that these family were cowards and they've been lying this whole time and they've been covering it up, then there'll be a civil war, which there should be.
Yeah,
people should know, and these people shouldn't be in power. It's it's basically they were holding the January 9th audio tapes and stuff and records. They're like, we don't want them to get out. People are going to get upset. It's like, yeah, people should get upset. You piece of shit.
The 9th or the 6th.
Why wasn't this looked into sooner though?
Because they're pieces of shit, dude. They're privileged fucking. They
probably were waiting around, and then someone said, "Hey, I think this happened." They go, "What? What are you talking about? What was that? Oh, shit. What happened? Oh, fuck. It was that guy's fault."
To be honest, they probably said, "Look, Worf's so far away, he's not going to come and do anything. So let's just do this thing."
That's exactly what. Yeah, that's exactly what.
And they didn't think that he was going to show up with fucking an old white dude, the old bald white dude who's going to yell. So they're like, "Hey, we got some information," and then Worf's like, "Well, I'm gonna go down there," and he's like, "No, you're not." And he's like, "What do you mean I'm not?" He's like, "You're not gonna go down there alone. I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna be your Shadiq, your Sade." And so he goes down there and he's fucking singing "Smooth Operator" and shit, and people are like, and this is when he starts fucking yelling. And he's like, "I will fuck you guys up, dude. I will fuck you guys up. Give me a knife. Someone give me a knife." And they give him a knife. And then they're like
stabbing the air.
Yeah. They're like, "Hey, find the nanny, dude. The nanny's gonna have some answers, dude. So find the nanny." So he goes and finds the nanny. The nanny's like, "Oh, I don't want any problems." And it's like for culture that is all about honor, everyone's fucking a coward, dude. In this fucking
dude. Everyone's a coward. It's kind of shocking, honestly.
So he leaves and that same fucking group of people try to ambush him, but he fucking shanks one of them. Straight Picard fucking murders a Klingon dude.
Picard fucking showed the fuck up. He stepped into his.
He does shanked him. He prison shanked him, dude. He's like,
when the Donald Trump Klingon goes up to him and says, "What is this guy gonna do?" He says, "You want to fuck around and find out. I will fuck you up." And then he does fuck that other guy up.
It's just like the movie American Me. He's like, "Open your eyes," and he fucking shanks him, dude. It's crazy.
There's a meme we've shared with each other before where it's like the classiest way to say "fuck around and find out" is you may test that assumption at your convenience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what Picard said. Picard's like, "You may test this assumption."
Yeah, I do also like that when they discover the nanny's living on the planet. Very convenient. Yeah, she's right there.
And walking distance, by the way.
Yeah, he just walks over.
Walking distance.
The old quarter. It's right there.
And he's wearing. I love what Picard is wearing. He's wearing this big robe thing.
It's like a moving blanket.
He's wearing a Jedi robe.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. And he also bothered to carry around an assassination knife.
Well, they gave him the assassination knife.
They gave it to him. Yeah. And then it's funny because Worf wanted to go, and then Picard's like, "Worf, don't go. I'm gonna go." And then Worf's like, "That's too dangerous." And Picard goes, "Hey, I'm your Chadish.
I'm your Chadish.
I'm your Sade,
dude. Sade.
So he shanks a man. He kills a man. Picard kills a man. Oh, not a man, a Klingon. And then the old lady kills another Klingon.
Yeah, the old lady got his back. Yeah.
And she's like, well, since I see that you have honor, then I'll honor my agreement, and I will, I will also have honor. It's like, you fucking coward. And then they go and then they're like, we request parlay, and they're like, what? And he's like, we have this old lady and it's his nanny, and she's gonna vouch for what happened there. She's gonna vouch that Donald Trump did start some shit on January 6th. And they're like, we must go have a sidebar. We can't have this in public. And immediately I knew, like, oh boy, here we go. And they go and that's when they reveal, like, hey, so like this is what happened and blah blah. And like at one point, like it's suggested that they're gonna kill this old lady.
Yeah.
And not in so many words, but they're like, well, we'll kill this fucking old lady. No one will fucking know.
Donald Trump Jr. wants to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. My thing was like, what I would have done is this is what I would have done before we get the bitch ass ending that we got. This is what I would have done. I would have said, Miles, beam her up, dude. And we already recorded her testimony. He's like, I got
just played out in the court.
See this little
badge position from her.
Yeah. See this little badge? It's not a real fucking badge. It's a fossil recorder, you fucking idiot. You guys are incriminated. And now she's beamed up. She's safe. I got her as my witness, and we're gonna fuck you guys up, dude. First,
I think it's Sylvester Stallone to show up as Judge Dredd. Goes, this has been falsified.
Yeah. And then Picard could have just been like, "This is what we want. We all everybody in the Enterprise wants some of these shanker knives. They're amazing.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. 2, we want some of those soft robes. They're really, really soft.
If the big blade don't get you, the other 2 will."
Yeah. And he's like, 3, we want the Beatles White Album. And they're like, what is the Beatles? He's like, it's really hard to find right now, dude. We want the Beatles album. He's like, 4, we want and lastly, we want Worf's dad's name to be cleared. And that's how easy it could have been. And then you know what? We're gonna keep that old lady as evidence, and we're never gonna let her go down here, and we're gonna protect her. Witness protection. And then you give that old lady to fucking Tim, the old man who like had the power of the planet. Remember, Captain Planet?
Oh,
give him a new wife, dude. And
yeah, oh my God,
everyone's wiser for it, dude.
Happy, yeah.
But no, dude, these guys bitched out, and they're like, "Oh, we can't have civil war." And then Worf should have been like, what do I care? Fuck you guys. You guys are always shitting on me that I'm not a real Klingon, even though you've seen that 2 dicks. I've shown you 2 dicks. I've shown you Tapatio Hot Hand. I lost my virginity. I have a child that I'm raising.
I've been sending you all these extensive updates.
Yeah.
And Worf seems to have honor. The only one that's honorable here.
I'm raising that kid that's making drugs now. He's making nuke.
I drink prune juice.
I drink prune juice with Senator Palpatine. And like I'm a true fucking Worfian, dude, and you guys are fucking idiots, dude. But no, they let Donald Trump Jr. win, and they're basically like, Worf's like, this is what I'll do. He's like, I'll disavow my honor and say I'm no longer a Klingon. I choose not to choose, and that way no one dies. But you have to take my brother back, and he's got to be cool with it. Don't stab him. And they're like, well, that seems fair. And it's like, no, it's not fair, dude. Kill these guys, dude. Worf, get angry, dude. Worf really fucking ranks out in this one, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, but he does have this, we'll get to it, I guess, when he gets his one revenge on Donald Trump Jr.
Well, it happens right there.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, and one last thing. And then he fucking bitch slaps Donald Trump Jr.
You're the son of a coward, you piece of shit.
I love that he bitch slaps him, and then Chumlee just nods, goes,
it's like,
I mean, honestly, if you were in a room with Donald Trump Jr., I would absolutely do this. Take this opportunity.
I also like when that lady was like, okay, I'll go see Chumlee, I guess.
And she's like, but he's fat though.
There was a time he would look at me.
He's still fat,
but she was fat.
Yeah. and then Chumlee goes, he's like, hey, see you later, huh? And then he's like, no, you're still fat.
You are still fat.
You are still fat.
She fat shames him.
Yeah, she does. But maybe that's
and to Chun-Li's credit, he doesn't take it personal or change his mind about anything.
He's like,
I'm fat. He's like, I'm fat.
He's like, I do love Krispy Kreme.
He just loses his smile. That's all that happes in that moment.
His smile gone.
Oh my god! Oh god, that's so good. Jesus Christ.
So she leaves, and then they're like, he Worf backhands this fucking Donald Trump Jr. guy, and then he's like, all right, now for the final trial, the trial of shame. We're gonna turn our backs, dude. And everyone does like the Wakanda Forever thing, and then turns around.
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever, yes, they do. And then they all turn around.
And then he's like, brother, I love you. I didn't know you existed till like 30 hours ago, but I love you. And go ahead, turn around, dude. And he's like, all right.
You too. You got to turn around.
Must turn around or something.
Yeah. And then,
they should have involved paddles somehow.
Yeah. It should involve pain.
Yeah.
Why not pain sticks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, they like the pain. The pain would be honorable.
Okay, fine.
So
maybe it's a feather. It's a feather. They tickle you.
They
tickle him on the. They make him laugh. It's the worst. It's the worst honor of all.
Laughing. Oh my god!
I can't stop laughing.
They do. Looking at this, it's like this stupid. It's like the Wakanda for everyone's just like doing this like weird pose and turning around. It's so weird.
What's so crazy is that two people still saw him because he had to walk out of the circle. So two of those people still saw him. So
it'd be great if they, as he's leaving the circle, they have to turn to continue their back.
They're just closing their eyes really hard.
Yeah.
As he walks away, they're like adjusting.
They have to adjust. The one
of them just kind of like squints an eye open. It's like, oh damn it, because he kind of like saw a bit of his ass.
Oh, I saw some of his sexy ass.
And then the episode ends. The episode fucking ends. And you know what I'm thinking as the episode ends? Like, where the fuck is Starfleet, dude? Starfleet, like,
Starfleet
if I were
doesn't
Starfleet,
care.
I'd be like, there's like 30 hours of unaccounted time. Where were you guys?
And they're like, where are the timesheets for this?
Yeah, and they're like, well, we were down in the Klingon planet.
Is this PTO? Is this PTO, or are you taking? What is this?
And he's like, no, there was a trial. A trial for what? He's like, oh, well, for honor, and they were going to kill him. They were going to kill Worf.
What happened to that officer that was exchanged to your ship? Fuck if I know. He's on Qo'noS.
Oh, we left him. Oh shit, he's supposed to come back, isn't he? He didn't finish his shift.
Fucking Picard. Also, Picard having the captain just go and be a Chadish, like that's not a good idea. Again, they put the captain in a very dangerous situation.
No. He put himself in that situation.
That's true.
And he never follows orders, and he never gives a shit about fucking prime directives. This is goddamn bullshit, dude. I call bullshit on this episode.
Maybe it's exciting. Maybe it's exciting for Picard to like play with danger. You know?
Yeah, I think he likes it.
He's like,
it was a rare chance to have some diplomacy with an edge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he gets to yell diplomatically,
and he gets to kill some Klingons. He's like, "Yeah, fucking take that!"
and wait to stab some Klingons,
and wear like a cool blanket and go around in secret.
Yeah,
it's like, you know how he likes, like, doesn't Picard like to go mess around in the holodeck and like weird worlds? Like maybe this was like an escape for him. He likes riding horses, right?
He likes riding horses in the holodeck. Yeah.
So this was like his like, oh, I want to go on this like weird mission. Mm-hmm. So. That's how I see it.
Well, Ricardo, what were you gonna give it?
This would have been a like a soft 10 if it wasn't for the ending.
Ooh, soft 10.
Now it's a goddamn 7.
Ooh,
fair.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Sarah?
Just because of the ending.
Wow. Okay. So you would have preferred if they took a stand and was like, "No, fuck you! Like
cause civil war.
Cause civil war." You were like, "No, you're not going to drag my name."
Yeah.
Like,
he should have said the honorable thing to do is to start a civil war. So I'm out.
Nice. That's interesting. I'm going to give this episode a 9, actually.
Oh.
And I think why I really like this episode is because it really highlights how awesome of a leader Picard is. Like, he's the boss you want to have. Because I felt like
Ricardo is shaking his head.
I know, Ricardo. Because I feel like
he breaks the rules and goes against Starfleet.
No, but because I feel like
he has employees.
Yeah, he has the back of his employees.
Yeah, like he is the guy that's like, you know, I'm going to be there for you. I care about my employees. You can like, he really genuinely cares about the people he works with. And they're not just the people he works with. And so I feel like that is a true leader. He's like a true captain.
Like,
and
mild spoilers, if it was like Captain Janeway from Voyager and someone like Worf came up to her and was like, listen, I have to go to this trial. And if I lose the trial, I'll die. I'll be back. Or maybe not. I don't know. She'll just be like, okay, I'll see you soon.
She's like, make sure you write in your timesheets, though.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. But like,
make sure you put in your time off before
Picard
you go.
is like I'm a ride or die person, and I love ride or die people. And so to me, Picard is like, you know what? He
was like, you're not going down there without me.
Yeah, he's someone I can get with, you know?
We're on the same page. And one moment that we didn't get to mention yet, but was, like a cool guy moment for Picard is that he had the acceptance, like Klingon acceptance phrase for becoming a Chadich, like already.
Did.
Like he knew it already.
He knew the whole ceremony already to accept the position. That's actually Patrick Stewart's suggestion, because originally in the script it was supposed to be that he just says the word for accept or something, and then says, I will do it in English. But then, I think it was at like some sort of convention or some sort of like awards show. Patrick Stewart came up to the writer and was like, I think I was looking at the script. I think I should just say the whole acceptance in Klingon. And they're like, oh, okay.
Love that.
We don't know what that is in Klingon, so we'll translate it. And then
I love that. See, that shows that like, okay, wow, like he actually cares about the people he works with. It just shows that he's a great leader. It's hard to find great leaders and show them. And I think Picard really shows it. So that's why I think this is a 9.
Oh, okay.
But I do agree. It's like, I also take a point off because like, I'm kind of pissed that like Klingons have been built up to be like honorable and this and that and so strict. And then you kind of learn how the sausage is made. And it's like, not that great. They're just more like humans. Like, there's politics, there's corruption, there's all this stuff, there's Donald Trump and Donald Trump Jr. I mean, I'm just like, it just pissed me off. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
So and that Worf has to take the fall for that. So it's dumb. Anyway, I give it a 9.
What about you, Dan? What do you give it?
I think I'm in the 7.5 territory.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
All right.
But for basically the same reasons, like that ending is pretty bullshit to me as well.
Yeah. I think I would give it like an 8, and I think I'm not opposed to having a sad ending or like a bitter ending like that. I think that's actually a cool feeling for that ending. I think the main problem for me about the ending is that it's the same outcome that would have happened if Worf didn't show up.
Yes, I was actually going to ask that question. It's like, what do you guys think about this like solution? Like it gets presented as like, oh, hey, yeah, that'll work. Like that's kind of how
it'll be just like if you never showed up. And it's like, okay,
no, it's exactly like if, and that's
kind of disappointing. I kind of wish there was something different that would happen. Maybe the Donald Trump Jr. Klingon gets fucked up,
or he dies. It would have been cool if he
something.
He got
just
stabbed.
some extra thing happens. Maybe even if it's worse. Let's say it's even worse because he showed up, right? But I hate that it's the exact same outcome as if he decided to not show up. I think it's kind of a shame that was what they come up with.
It is just it's an odd feeling resolution given the fact that Worf was already offered one opportunity to leave without a fuss at the beginning of the challenge. It's like, the Chumley even tells him like, we'll forget the challenge. The challenge will be forgotten if you leave right now.
Yeah, and it's just like he was given so many opportunities to leave, and then the ultimate solution is to leave.
Well, I hereby accept, the option to leave, and it's like, okay, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah,
good job, Worf. You can.
And everyone thinks it's like a galaxy
genius,
brain solution.
It's like a great loophole that everyone can like compromise with. It's great.
It's definitely disappointing, and at least, I mean, the bitch slap of Donald Trump Jr. was wonderful.
It needs more. But it should have been like, in return, you'll be allowed to kill this bitch,
or at least maim him some way.
That should have been one of the things. Like, oh, you get to kill him because he dishonored your father.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could kill him, and then we could be like, oh, it was an accident or something, and we know if it's going to cause trouble or something. But or he should have been allowed to hear this. Like, okay, let's put Donald Trump Jr. in a room, and you get like 10 minutes instead of like 7 minutes in heaven in the closet. You get like 10 minutes with Worf in a closet, and he just like beats the shit out of you. Or
Worf
something.
is allowed
10 minutes of playtime.
Worf is allowed a bopless.
Oh yeah.
And Donald Trump Jr. is naked,
and nothing is off the nothing is off the table. You can use both dicks, one dick, everything. Anything you want. That would have been a satisfactory ending.
Yeah.
And then
if he dies, he dies. But it's
ladders, tables, and chairs.
Exactly.
It's a TLC match in a room.
Or they're like, oh wait, what is that thing where they're like bring out the gimp?
The honor papers are hanging above the ring.
Yes, the honor papers. That's what they're wrestling for.
That actually would have been a satisfactory ending. Like I would have been okay with that if they were like, you know what, you get fucking 10 minutes, Worf. You get 10 minutes to fuck them up.
I just want. I desperately want to see a Klingon wrestling match now. Because just imagine the big moves they could do.
Like, unfortunately, Worf even jobbed on ethics here.
Yeah. God.
No, it has to be a naked Klingon match. That's
okay.
Well, no. I mean, wrestlers like The Rock is only in like boots and tiny underwear.
And
that's too much.
And like a Speedo. We need that exactly.
Yeah,
and then I would have been really good, and then I would have been like, yes. And then we just fade out on that.
Yeah, as they're fighting, it goes and then the episode just fades away. Well, that was Sins of the Father. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for listening to our podcast. I know we were all over the place, but that's how we do it. Sometimes.
Can we be
every
fun
time.
and can we actually be fun and pick who our Tradich would be among us like the people on here?
On here?
Yeah, like between us.
What do you mean? Can we be fun?
I already know mine. Can I say mine?
Oh yeah, go. Say yours.
Okay, I would pick Dan.
Oh,
really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would pick it.
Why?
Well, I would pick Dan because I feel like when push comes to shove, I feel like Dan, like you would really, like you would show up. You would fucking show up for me,
Oh.
Like I feel like you're fucking solid.
I like to think that I would try to be as reliable as possible for friends and people who are important to me. So sure, why not?
Yeah,
I feel like I feel like Ricardo's the most willing to kill. So
yeah,
that is 100% correct.
Like I talk big,
you make a very good point.
When push comes to shove, I don't know if I would kill. But Ricardo, I've seen the glint in his eye.
He's like, I'm ready. You get the sword thing, and you're like, yep, I'm ready. Let's do this, bitch.
But Ricardo wouldn't have any hesitation if someone came for him.
Nah, yeah, you make a great point, Marvin. That might actually be like the clincher there.
I'd be like, they give me a knife, dude. They give me a shampoo, dude. And I'm like, I just tried it on this guy, and you're like, she's dead, dude.
And you collect knives too. You would look at it, and be like, this is a really good knife.
Yeah, you're like, they're like, one, they don't. It's like diplomatic immunity. Whoever you kill while you're a Shadid. Yeah. You don't get a look. Picard never went to trial for that murder.
No,
that's true.
Not at all. So, not at all.
I mean, to be fair, Klingons kill each other all the time. As long as it was in honorable combat, it's considered fine. So,
right.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of fun, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
Well.
Wait, who'd you pick, Marvin?
I pick Ricardo.
Oh, sorry.
He's willing to kill.
Ricardo? Who'd you pick? Sorry, I meant Ricardo.
I probably pick Marvin just because I feel like
really
he'd be down to fight. If I'd be like, Marvin, I'm getting my ass kicked.
I guess I've seen how Marvin handles a roach or a spider here in the apartment.
He just backhands it like he was the Donald Trump Jr. He just fucking backhands it.
I'm not impressed. What about you, Dan?
I think I was going with Ricardo too.
Damn.
For the same reason.
Damn.
He's willing to kill.
Okay, I get it. No one's gonna pick me. That's fine. That's fine.
I feel like you set this whole game.
Are you willing to kill?
That's fine. Yeah.
Are you willing to kill, Sarah?
Absolutely.
Listen, Sarah.
Look, I'm a reliable person.
I'm gonna throw you under the bus a little bit.
Person.
Listen, there was a time where that grasshopper flew into our apartment, and your first instinct was to shove me inside and then lock the door.
That was the roach in the bathroom.
This happened multiple times with multiple different types of pests. You would throw me in, then shut the door. Shut me inside with.
Look, I will kill a person, but a roach is too much, or a grasshopper. No way.
Yeah, you can only ride so far before you die.
I mean, those things are scary.
That's a good way to put that phrase. I will ride or die, but there's only so far I can ride until I die.
Yeah, that or is there for a reason.
Yeah. My riding length is not long.
No.
But I will ride or die with you.
I will die if I come across a roach or a grasshopper. So just FYI. I get it. I'm not an ideal Chadich, but I think I would be surprising if I was on your team, anybody's team.
I mean, Sarah's surprisingly strong. She's surprisingly strong. Not with opening jars, but with like punching.
I can deadlift 500 pounds. Like
she's very strong. Sarah's very strong.
Easily, very surprising.
Yeah, well, listen, you know what would be surprising if people liked our podcast enough to give it.
No, you should write in and actually, I want to hear write in who your Chadich would be for on Starfleet. Like, how we picked.
Well, first,
let us know.
If you want to give us a review, you can give us a review on Apple Podcasts or Podcast Addict, or just give us a rating on Spotify. Let us know what you think about how we're doing.
Those are all helpful,
Yeah, it's all helpful. And if you do want to contact us and let us know who your Chadish would be, contact us. It's contact@newbiestartrek.com. That email again is contact@newbiestartrek.com. So this week we have kind of a long letter, but it's not really a question. It's just a letter. So
okay.
Oh boy. From someone named Mike. So
hey, Mike. Prison Mike or Magic
Killer
Mike?
Magic Mike.
Sex, booty, money, grill.
My favorite Adult Swim bump that I've only ever seen once. It never showed up again.
Yeah.
So this is what he says. It's taking me a while to write to you, but I'd like to give you some feedback, especially after this week's episode where you went over yesterday's Enterprise. Okay, so that's from last week. Since I found your podcast 4 months ago, I have to say that I haven't listened to anything else. Oh, it's very nice of you. You've replaced The Daily, Smartless, and This American Life.
Wow, that's really...
Wait, hold on.
All right, whoa. This American Life.
You gotta rethink some things now.
I mean, that's a really high pedestal, Mike. I don't know if we deserve to be up there.
I don't know.
No. You know what? I'll take it. Suck it, Ira. You piece of shit.
Ira Glass.
You think you're so big?
I now listen to you guys constantly, and I've caught up on all the episodes. I love the discussions. Star Trek always meant a great deal to me. As a kid, I used to watch it with my father as a child, and I heard stories about how my grandmother grew up living next door to the great William Shatner. Oh,
wow. That must be fun.
I was a huge
Possibly
fan.
annoying.
Maybe weird,
depending on his mood.
Yes.
Was he a good neighbor, bad neighbor? I don't know.
It depends on if you're willing to suck up to him, basically.
I'll bet, yeah.
I was a huge fan, and I remember watching the first episode of Star Trek TNG with my first real bite of microwave popcorn. Wow, that's a very vivid memory.
Oh, that's cool. That must have been microwave popcorn out of like one of the microwaves that had a dial.
Yeah. Like, oh man, that brings the dial microwave
with some faux wood paneling.
Were you disappointed though? Because microwave popcorn's nothing like.
Yeah, well, to say I am a Star Trek fan doesn't describe how deep I've dived into the Star Trek world. I love the story, the curiosity, and the fearlessness that they approach delicate topics of their generation. I apply elements I have learned from Star Trek into my life as a neurologist. Don't worry, I haven't learned from Dr. Crusher.
Oh my god.
Yesterday's Enterprise was definitely one of my favorites. At the end of the episode, Dan was detailing the scene between Tasha and Picard. This episode had so much meaning and redemption for me as a kid that I can't describe to you the feeling of seeing her turn and vanish again under her own choice and sacrifice. Because I was a kid when I saw Tasha die the first time between season 1 and season 3, felt like an eternity. It was 2 years of suddenly feeling that injustice had triumphed for no reason. It would be decades before Game of Thrones showed me otherwise. Having her story suddenly continue out of nowhere, there were no internet blogs at the time to speculate, was redemptive and added to my admiration for the high morality of Star Trek. Anyway, those are some of my thoughts. I look forward to your episode every week. Regards, your Canadian neurologist admirer, Mike. Thanks,
Mike. Thank you, Mike. That is really awesome. That was a sweet letter.
I'm envious of your healthcare.
I mean, your job sounds badass. Neurologist, damn.
Heck yeah. Well,
thank
Mike,
you for your work.
Yeah, thank you for your neurology work, and also for contacting us and for writing a kind letter. We appreciate it.
Very kind.
Yeah. So, if you guys been liking what we're doing, we do other stuff too. We have the Fugitive Frames film podcast. We are gonna eventually get around to those canon films. It's gonna happen.
Hopefully by the end of the month.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out how we can get to it. But yeah, that's the Fugitive Frames film podcast. Also, we have our YouTube channel, Fugitive Games. It's our 2 episodes of Perfect Hides is out. I think I might want to record with you again, maybe this weekend, Dan. Not sure. Let's talk about it. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I would like to continue that. I'll also eventually get back into Tale of Two Wastelands. I know it's been a while, but I should really get back into it. And I think Dan may eventually want to stream some Elden Ring because he said he got his computer dusted out, so now it's not burning anymore. Whenever he plays.
It was pretty bad in there, but now I don't fear for its life when I run games. So
and the Elden Ring is particularly unoptimized, so it was making your computer really run.
Yeah, it was a little more taxing than I was hoping it to be, but yeah, it's fine.
Is it multiplayer? Can I jump in with you?
It's multiplayer in the same sense like the Souls series of games are. You can invade other worlds, but I think it's random, right?
I think you can put down like, hey, I am available to be hired to help take down a boss, and then you can get summoned into like a boss fight to help a guy out as a ghost.
Yeah, and also you can invade other worlds. And
there is PvP as well, but I don't know too much about it. But I don't think I would be playing for that reason because it is the very first time I've ever engaged with the Souls game.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Penis to penis?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Not penis to penis.
Oh, okay. To be honest.
Penis versus penis.
Oh.
That's PvP.
Oh, okay.
PTP.
Yeah.
Penis.
I know the difference.
Close enough.
So yeah, that's our YouTube channel, Fugitive Games. And all of that, you can just go to fugitiveframes.com. And it's got links to all that shit. There's a lot of links there. You could just check shit out and be like, whoa.
Yes, you can check out our movie that we made, A Knight's Tour.
Tour. Do you like post-apocalyptic fiction that some have called seems like an episode of The Walking Dead? Then
it's not like that at all. It's better
not.
Than that.
It's really not because there's not. It's just not
zombies.
Like that at all.
And it's better. It's better than that. So check out the movie. Check out the movie Marvin and I made, feature film, A Knight's Tour, available on all platforms, streaming, iTunes, Google Movies.
Yeah,
Google
not
Play,
Netflix.
Whatever. Not Netflix. Not Netflix. But
yeah, if you want to watch
Voodoo.
it for free, it's on Vudu for free. It's on Tubi for free. If you have Amazon Prime, it's on there for free.
Check it out.
YouTube for free. It's actually on several YouTube channels for free. But I think the
really
best audio is actually on the YouTube bot version. Because I'm like a huge stickler for the audio. And the streaming versions, most of them are fine, but the YouTube audio version's like the best one. It's perfect.
That's what I say about my adult content. I'm a stickler for sound.
It really matters.
You don't watch your porn, you just listen to it.
I just like to listen to it.
Binaural. You're like,
yeah, dude.
Yes. Well, look, next week, we're going to be watching Allegiance. It's a fun episode for Patrick Stewart. He gets to do a bunch of stupid shit in it, which makes it a fun episode to watch for that. But yeah, that's going to be next week.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So, all
I like when Pat gets his time, you know?
Pat. Pat Stew.
Good old Patty Stew.
That makes him seem Irish.
Yeah.
Good old Patty McStew. All right. Well, stay safe, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
We love you. Bye.
Take care, everybody.